my priority as a target individual to put things back in perspective, especially when you see these clowns here. Listen, as a target individual, I've said a lot, especially when it says I moved here, there's a lot of childlike individual. Very, very childlike, like teenage kids. And what you're seeing here is an example of that. This disgusting trash, as expected, they will have no shame. They are so empowered by this that I can understand why they feel so strong about it. The truth is, I know that who's behind what's happening to me is clearly a governmental program. It's governmental entities running this program. It's not some fucking clowns like that. And it's easy to tell. Okay, is it a massive government doing that, or somebody like that? Now, the participation of teenagers is very common. Next door neighbors, that's very common. Now, this little trash here wanted to paint this thing as if this is anything but this massive government that's torturing babies and women. And they wanted to leave this fantasy where there were some Avengers and this and that. They were playing this game where they're like just this villain and avenging. And mind you, these people are not grown up. They're not adults. Or if they're adult, they're barely adults. Which, by even saying that, they try to gaslight me. But, as I'm saying, they try to like create mental battles. So, the childishness in them makes it easier for them to be gaslighter of this level of retardation and disgustingness. While I lived here, I found out about the Department of Defense having this top tier issue with pedophilia. It was now what you're seeing. This is not some Pizzagate kind of situation. This is legit. There was a bill introduced because of what you're seeing here. There's been a consistent issue with child porn being downloaded using DoD computers by DoD employees. Such a problem that in 2019 a bill was introduced for to stop that, or to try to look like they're doing something about it. Now it's clear the governmental entities behind this are DoD related. Am I supposed to think it's like this massive government that does that everywhere in the world, or some clowns like that and they live next door in their network? It doesn't need a genius to figure out who's behind this. But there is an ecosystem around you that's supposed to make you think like almost a mental challenged individual. This childlike trash have no shame though. And they will gaslight you at that level. For example, listen, I'm a target individual who deals with V2K, synthetic telepathy, and all this different manipulation. This infantile-like trash wants you to think you're not being manipulated. And they have no shame how your brain is being reconstituted. These trash have said some disgusting things. Talk about stuffing a 4-year-old to make me imagine doing that. And try to bring up what I did as a child to try to make it to that level. With no shame. And they will start making me imagine things like that in my brain. It's so disgusting. But what's disgusting now is because I found out about the entities running these clowns here, empowering this trash here, as they're being the top tier pedophiles in this country that they are. They've been trying to make me imagine and projecting this. You know, when I was like a young adult, I remember watching, and I'm gonna be graphic, and I'm just saying that because they're gonna change. Like the reason why I say that is because I want to show what manipulation is happening. I used to watch adult content, and there was like this adult star called Justin Slayer. And I remember as a freshly graduated high schooler, college student, watching that on a famous website, P-Hub, let's just say, Pornhub. As I say that, they try to change it to something else. And it's one of the most popular websites that you can for adult content. Now, this is extremely famous. One of the, I think, is ranked like the most famous adult content website. But I used to watch specifically a lot of the Justin Slayer, and I had a thing for like, women with curve from Brazil. And Justin Slayer had like a lot of that to you even, and and it's the same adult stars that you see, and that's back in like 2008, 9, 7, like from that point to like I guess 12, 30. And there's a time I used to watch when Justin Slayer was in Brazil. There was like Brazilian adult stars. This trash were trying to make me imagine the adult star to be children. As once again, some of them I can still look it up right now. They were actually, some of them are older than me actually. And there's a term that I remember that they used to say a lot, Bunda. And they're like, Bunda is basically the back, the butt. As I'm saying that, I try to put children in my brain. And we know that the Brazilian are known for having, And so what they try to do, and what this trash said here, is, child Bunda, meaning the behind of children. Because today what's happening is they're making me have this disgusting perception toward these babies. And trash like that are there to gaslight me once they manipulate me this way, to make me subscribe to this manipulation. They open the door, they slam the door, do all these things. That's what their job is supposed to be. They're supposed to gaslight you, to internalize this manipulation. But not only that, they try to make me imagine the memories to include children instead of this adult star. That's why you hear the noise campaign, this theatrics, because they're trying to box in the theatrics. They try to box in the memory manipulation. They have no shame. I hope that this was captured in real time. Talking Mitchell, see these clowns for the trash that they are. It's all part of what they're supposed to be doing. They want you to internalize this manipulation of memories, because in real time, not only they've been humiliated that they're the one who work for entities filled with pedophiles that's watching child porn, top tier by the fact. Now I try to make you imagine that in your memories, because today in real time they do these disgusting things that I bring up a lot. To this trash, this low life, I thank God that I didn't find myself being involved in this program where I would do the things that you just heard. You heard that noise campaign? The slamming on the door? That was done by design, because they wanted me to subscribe to this memory manipulation. And in real time, they'll do that in my face, which at this point, this is where things will go left very fast. They think they can act in ways that make you subscribe to this manipulation, to this memory manipulation. Death comes to all of us. We're all gonna die. I rather die like this than live like this trash. And for the slow life who thinks I'm gonna subscribe to that because you slam a door, let's go. I have nothing to lose. But if you wanna do that in front of me and think that's gonna make me subscribe to that, I will oblige you. I promise you.